Happy Halloween, readers, and welcome to Supernatural Entertainment System, the only show you need for paranormal news, discussion, and of course, serial choices. I'm Gav.
I am Philip.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Jerry.
And we're back.
We're back.
Can you believe it, boys? 4 episodes in. That's a third of the way to the grand final. Are you excited?
Who couldn't be more excited?
Yeah.
Couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, Jerry's nodding. Are you excited?
A good radio nod here. Yes.
What's that, Sooty? Are you looking forward to the final? So what are you wearing for the final? What are you wearing?
Ball gown.
I've got a cat suit all picked out.
Oh, yeah?
Head to toe lycra.
You remember Chris? The good thing is, Chris could pull that shit off.
Yeah.
The rest of us
Damn right, man.
that
You
would
see
look
my
amazing.
legs?
It would look incredible. Imagine you'd have a nice Freddie Mercury in a sort of that kind of frame.
Oh, yeah. Do you think with a really deep neck down
Yes.
to my navel?
A deep V, the deepest V. No.
Yeah.
A good strong look.
So, we're here to discuss ghosts, beasts, boglins, things of that nature. But we're also here to kind of get to know each other a little better. So let's move into a section that we like to call extra personal perception.
Let's do it. So, what's everyone been up to in their free time? You've had a week or two.
Probably a lot more than that, to be
Yeah,
honest.
had a few weeks.
Nearly a month.
So what has everyone been up to? Chris, you've been very absent. You've been noticeably absent. Where have you been?
I have been down to London town, down for a wedding with my girlfriend and child.
Mm.
It was lovely.
Your own wedding?
Not my own wedding, no.
Oh, God, no.
Something we should know about that? Surely you wouldn't do that without the rest of the Quadratic Brotherhood by yourself?
No, of course not. Of course not.
3 best men.
All 5 of us would, of course, be there.
Can I just say you all look lovely?
We did look lovely
You
with
did
a
them
little,
proud.
a little kilts on, and mine was a full size kilt.
That's a creepy photograph. Sexy mini kilt. Looking like Britney Spears.
Every photograph you're in, Chris, you all drop change and you're looking back at
Fancy wearing white knickers.
That's true, man. You and the Wayne looked lovely.
Yeah. There was a time when he was being led about by a bunch of little girls.
Oh, yeah?
It was, very very Manson-esque. It was like he just had this
Daddy's boy.
this harem of women following him about. It's like,
Take their power.
I was like, fantastic! I'm off to the bar.
Is it because at the moment he kind of resembles Kingpin?
Well, he is like a little kingpin,
He really
actually. He is. He's small,
no bad thing.
baldish, chubby. Yeah.
Powerful, though.
He is actually really strong.
Jerry, what have you been up to?
Yeah. Nothing as exciting as last time. This time I did go to England and was this close to getting on a plane. I know. This close to getting on a plane, I didn't get in one. Paul got in one.
Oh.
And then I stood and spoke to the PR woman and listened for the plane coming back.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
What was the PR woman's chat?
Planes.
Aye.
How the planes work, where they go. Just interesting small talk. Well, Paula was 4,000 feet up in the air flying a plane.
You smack the lips on her?
No, not at all. Not
Well,
really.
while you were waiting,
Terrifying.
were you standing on a widow's watch? Dressed in black, hankies. Oh, widow, come back.
No, I was in the balcony looking up to the sky.
Close, man.
Yeah,
Close.
pretty close.
Technically, if she's that high up in the air, if you do kiss on our woman, it's not cheating.
Is
Yeah,
that because
exactly.
she wasn't on it? It wasn't.
She's
not
travelling
on Earth,
faster than
yeah.
you.
It's on
Yeah.
terra firma, you
It's
know?
got something to do with the speed of light. I don't know.
Something to do with that.
Yeah.
But what I found was really funny was that this was like the day after we were doing a tank of a job, I think, on GTA, and she was flying a plane for realsies.
Yeah.
We're just playing
And
fun
I think
games.
it was the day after I came back, I was trying to land that plane in GTA and felt like a total loser. Shouting at you lot down the headset, like, oh, left of it, lads, left of it. And I was like, oh.
Well, just imagine if you'd
Mugs.
smacked the lips on that woman, you could have had a nice smug feel to it, because, you know, you can get away with it scot-free. One old tip, pilots hate this trick.
UK pilots get away with this daily.
Pilots' wives hate this trick.
Gavin,
Oh, you're going for me?
I'm going for you.
I've been thinking, right, about buying a slushy machine.
Oh, Gavin.
You know, you all know I've been texting you all recently going, I could murder a slushy. I went to the American candy store and they do slushes,
Yeah.
but not slush puppies. That's
you
a
want-
different thing. Also, the American candy stores slushies self-serve.
Oh, jackpot.
Ever wanted to pour your own slushy? Take a couple of gulps and then fill it right back up. American candy
What's the
store.
chance of taking a bigger cup? Do you buy the cup first?
You
and
get
then
the
fill
cup
it up?
off the guy, aye. So
Right.
you've got to go through that rigmarole first of all.
But could you bring a cup that looked really similar, but it was much bigger.
I was thinking about bringing my glow in the dark Ninja Turtles cup.
Yes.
And just when he just going over there and filling it up and then running like fuck.
See you later.
See you later.
You
That's the thing.
asshole. Candy
There's nothing you can do
fool.
to stop you, man. Not a thing you
You
can
could
do.
build like one of those building site bucket chains out of cups and just like run it back outside.
All the way home.
Exactly. Into my bath.
A rusty bucket by the side of your house, slowly filling up.
It's,
Yes!
I mean, it's literally
Saved
like,
me $4.90.
I think it's like $1,000 to get a proper slushy machine. Is it?
But that thing will pay for itself in a week.
That's true.
What about on eBay?
Well, you don't want a second-hand slushy though. Who knows what people have been putting in that?
Ah,
Pish
we scrub it, man.
Pish.
Definitely hampered shite.
Well, someone's filled it with pish. There's two tubs. So one of them's filled with pish, and one's filled with shite.
More importantly, what is haunted? Second-hand stuff on eBay is always
my
haunted.
God, I know.
We've learned that ourselves.
Like second-hand smoke. There's nothing good second-hand.
No.
No. No, Phil, what have you been up to?
Look, guys, I've just been chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody see the new James Bond trailer?
Spectre.
Speaking of Spectres,
Speaking of Spectres, there we go. Love it.
To being able to speak about this trailer. Has everybody watched it?
Yes.
No.
I actually haven't
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen it.
It's very exciting.
It does look
Yeah?
very good.
There's quite a lot of Dave Bautista in the trailer as
Oh
well.
my
Oh,
goodness.
does it? Okay.
And happily for real Bond fans, a lot of nods to Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Ah, great. Great.
But the best thing that I saw, I'll just read this to
Britain's
you real
greatest
quick,
superhero.
was a fun comment that somebody put below it on YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's just gonna
They're always fun.
This one tickled my fancy, my Bond fancy. This is from a guy called Bijor, right? Mm-hmm. And his comment was, "Hear that thunder? It may have scared the living daylights out of you and left you shaken and stirred. But take solace. The sky isn't falling. It wasn't some spectre. It's just the latest kill of you, of Her Majesty's spy we all love, for your golden eyes only. James Bond returns as a secret agent man with a gun and a license to kill. And another gem of a romp royale from EON. With love, that studio with a golden touch, mayhem with a capital M, that you can really sink your jaws into."
Fuck off.
I was like, 5 of them work. The rest of them are shite.
At most.
Press that one, the wee thumbs down.
Thumbs down that shit,
Thumbs
man.
down that shit, man.
Down. But then the next guy comes on, he's like, "The studio should really pay you."
No, they should not.
Well,
That's what I've been getting.
free
I've been
advertising,
watching
isn't it?
Bond trailers.
Fuck, man.
It's crowdsourced copy.
I managed to walk my way through like the last couple of James Bonds in preparation for Spectre.
Yeah.
And Casino Royale, great. Can't get enough of that shit.
Banging.
Quantum of Solace, amazing as long as you watch it straight after Casino Royale. And then Skyfall, I just can't make it through Skyfall.
Skyfall's good.
I'm a sleepy boy through Skyfall, man. It's so boring.
It's Quantum of Solace. I cannot remember what it's like. There's Bond, and then there's not Bond, and then it's Skyfall.
No.
You guys are lucky that there's a Spectre link, otherwise I would be tabling this.
It's dire.
That's the end of my discussion anyway. I just wanted to read that YouTube comment because it's brilliant. Mayhem with a capital M. That's what I've been doing. Right.
Well, look, we've been caught up. We've caught up with ourselves.
Yes.
Let's catch up with the world at large.
Let's do it. News.
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 So, what's been happening in the world of the paranormal since last we met?
Anyone got any interesting news?
Come on, Chris.
Don't be shy. I mean,
I do. So,
miles away.
Spain's most haunted house is for sale.
Oh.
So let's chip in, get ourselves 16 million euro and buy it. The Cortija Girando has gone on sale, located in the popular stag do location of Malaga.
Yes.
It has 365 windows.
Shagala.
That's one for every day of the year. And an occasional window for leap years. It was I know, terrible.
No, it's good. I good. Keep
It was constructed in the 1830s, and legend has it that numerous unspeakable crimes, kidnappings of girls aged 18 to 30, tortures, rapes, ritual human sacrifice, all that stuff, and the bodies are all buried apparently in the basement.
Love it.
So since then, it's been reported to be haunted. There's mysterious sounds that go unexplained. In 2004, the property was approved planning permission to get turned into a 200-room hotel, but it fell through when a mysterious recession swept through the land. In 2009, property developer was forced to sell it, but a cursed administrative error meant it never happened. It's now up for sale.
16 million euros. That's
16 million euro. But the weird thing is, looking it up, the actual whole thing is worth 1.4 million.
Right.
You paying for those ghosts?
You're really paying for
Paying
this
for the
ghost?
story.
Thanks for the label, really. Aren't you?
Strange that the 18 to 30s went missing in Malaga.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was
Their
thinking
bread
that's
and butter.
kind of strange that. Yeah, big shagala, as they call it. Shag something. Let me quickly talk to you about skull theft.
It's something I worry about.
Yeah,
I mean, I've kept my skull for so long.
it's a beautiful skull. You can tell.
Any day though,
Any day, someone will
it only needs to get stolen once.
The skull of the director of the iconic vampire film Nosferatu has been stolen from its grave. 84 years after his death, the head of F.W. Murnau was buried in a cemetery outside of Berlin. It's thought to have been taken between the 4th and the 12th of July. Boys, account for your whereabouts. Mm-hmm. Where were you?
When was it? Sorry,
Between the 4th and the 12th of July
this year.
this year.
Oh, where was I? I was in,
Oh, where were you?
oh God. I was here alone gardening.
Okay.
With the skull.
Scooping this skull. So Murnau died in a car crash in California in 1931. He was buried in his native country, and he was interred next to his two brothers in a stone mausoleum. And it's not known if they were after his skull specifically, but his brothers, his brothers, weren't touched. Finally, there was a waxy residue found at the scene, which feeds rumours of a possible occult connections. So these people might have had some sort of, elaborate candles.
Oh, if you're grave robbing, you got to have a Jack McConnell.
That's true. You've got to have some cornels.
You can't just go with a flashlight with batteries.
What's that? What's that? Is that a torch? Get that fucking back in the van.
What's wrong with you?
That's showing us up.
What's wrong with you?
Fucking you're a blast night, you are, mate.
Get the black candles, 16.
Get that hood down. I know it's the middle of the night, get the hood down.
Sold out at International.
Imagine-
Some black candles.
In
Is that vanilla I smell? For fuck's sake, Davey.
imagine in like rural Germany, the Black Candles are just like a local band, like metal band that kick around. But pretty metal.
Yeah.
Stealing the skull of the guy who directed Nosferatu.
That's pretty banging.
Yeah. Have you seen Shadow of the Vampire?
No, I've not. What's that?
It's a great film. It's well worth watching. It stars Willem Dafoe.
Always good. Scary Willem
It's
Dafoe.
basically the story of. It also has Eddie Izzard, basically shown like when they were filming Nosferatu, but the twist is being that in the film it's a real vampire that the guy's drafted in to be Nosferatu. It's very good and worth a watch to all our readers out there as well. Why not watch something for a different instead of reading this podcast?
Everyone hear me get a message there, right?
Yep.
Yep. Speaking of metal, do you know that Uri Geller once met John Lennon before he died
Right.
in New York City, and they had a discussion about the time that John Lennon was abducted by aliens?
I did not know that.
Didn't know that.
It's true. I said he was visited by bug-like creatures, and he swore blind that he hadn't taken any LSD that evening.
Was that Tuesday?
evening.
Definitely not taking any
I
LSD.
was straight. I wasn't dreaming, and I wasn't tripping. He said there were these creatures, like people, but not like people, in my apartment. The creatures controlled him with telepathy and left him a weird metal egg. That weird metal egg was passed on to Uri Geller.
Wow.
He just happens to have it.
He still has it to this day. That's the update. He's still got the egg. That's
still got-
important news.
It's up his bum.
Do you still have?
Touch the screen.
But at the time, Uri Geller didn't believe him, but he kept a hold of that egg because he believes there's something very, very psychically powerful about it.
Uri Geller is famously a skeptic.
Yes.
That's true. And if there's someone who knows that game, it's Uri Geller.
Uri Geller.
The egg. The egg mystery continues. Will Uri Geller ever get rid of the egg? So far, he hasn't.
Let's find out next episode. Let's Egg Watch.
I'll try and keep you up to date with Egg Watch. Listen, guys, have you ever seen a fucking alien?
In our travels.
Because this is going to be available on our website.
Yep.
This is very much a true video.
Speaking of the website, before you go,
Yeah.
I was very proud that we managed to get a video onto the website. Just like we made good on our promise of having that lassie with the big tongue video on the website. It's on geshcast.com.
It's a good video as well. She does have a really big tongue.
I watched
It's
that again
massive.
and was getting really grossed out by the back of her tongue. It is disgusting.
Check out this shit, though.
Okay.
This slender man alien captured on video stalking about the rooftops of a Brazilian party, very similar to the movie Signs.
I was going to say it's already giving me a Signs vibe.
Oh, yes, look at him.
Oh my goodness, look at him. Oh,
Oh, there he goes. Oh, it's creepy. He's
Oh,
away.
he moved
see you
his
later.
head.
Oh. Oh my goodness, man, look at him.
That's pretty.
Just wait for him to move.
Oh.
Oh, there he goes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's creepy.
Some, what you would say, bad CG
This
animation.
this one has Maz Lewis, so you can see it in some more light there.
No mass.
No mess.
No mass.
What do you make of that, boys? I mean, that is
Fake.
yeah.
Fake.
What makes you say that? I mean, it's so realistic.
Can you see? Can you see the pixels? Is that
I can
obvious?
see the pixels. You know, it's just obvious, isn't it? I mean, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it?
It's another creepy alien, undeniable.
Let's see what other people are saying about it. Why in every alien video on YouTube the camera must be bad quality, lol?
That's true, man. Laugh out loud at that.
Okay, I'm trying to believe, but I can't always fake, lol, that's human being. Agreed, brother.
Yeah. There's a lot of Arabic comments going on here.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say that is conspiracy. I don't know.
It's not been up for that long, has it?
No, this is new. This is new
yeah.
alien footage.
New alien
It's
footage?
news.
From
Then-
El Mañana.
Then I retract my fake
I like
statement.
the title of it, which it follows the old journalistic thing of a question mark means it's not true. Slender Man captured on video stalking around on the rooftops.
They can't,
was
they
he
can't
not
guarantee
stalking?
that's
Was he
a
just
rooftop.
clopping?
Yeah, that's not maybe
That's
not
not a
roof-
rooftop. That might just be a veranda.
That looks like a rooftop to me, man.
Well, that's what the questions are, Jerry.
Oh,
You
yes,
can't say for sure that's a rooftop.
No, I can't. It can't be.
But we can say for certain it is an alien. So yeah, go to the website to look at that scary new footage of aliens captured on camera.
That's gashcast.com.
I've got less exciting alien news.
Go for it.
This is a Martian skeleton, multimedia news up on the website.
Nice.
Images from the Mars rover have shown dust-covered bone shapes, measuring several inches alongside what looks like a tiny head and a pint-sized torso and two baby arms. I don't know if it's baby arms or baby-sized arms.
Okay.
Another small white shape, which appears of the same texture, has also been seen several meters away. It was spotted by YouTube users looking at NASA footage. Yo Van de Vega suggested in the YouTube comments it could be a spinal column.
Could
While
be.
Chuck McGuire wrote, "Man, that sure looks like bones." So
Any relation?
the bones? No, they don't look like me. There's some bones there for the Brotherhood.
Oh, that's...
Martian rocks.
Man, that does look
Wait a
like
second.
bones.
Guy, those could be bones.
Those could be bones.
Move your dead bones.
Bones.
Yeah, it does look like a kind of jolly, like Mexican Day of the Dead skeleton on Mars.
Yeah. Well, I'm willing to believe anything at this point.
Brilliant.
After that Slender alien
What is
video, I mean,
real? This Martian skeleton's real.
What is real? Everything.
Pretty much.
The lot.
But not that rooftop alien.
hey,
Fuck
make up
that
your own
guy.
mind. Visit the website and see for yourself. Open your mind.
Well, we are in tune now with what's going on in the paranormal. We have told you what's going on in the world of the paranormal. So let's now take some other things from the world of the paranormal
Yes.
and fight them.
Why not? On to the next segment.
Okay, so right now we're going to bring an example of various frightening phenomena, the meat and potatoes, essentially, of the podcast. We're going to rate these creatures against each other using our patented Geshcast Pentacle system, which is a 5-point nefarious network of rules that we use to find out which beast is the best. First up on the Pentacle system
That's the one.
is physical strength. How strong is this thing? Does it have the ability to rip a coconut tree from its roots, or maybe push on a window until it breaks?
So physically strong.
Next up would be murderousness, which is just raw body count. How many dead bodies lie asunder at its feet?
There's also disgustery.
Yes,
which is how grody this thing is, how disgusting it is, and how bogging it is.
Love it.
And there's influence. You know, does it have its name on a door? Does it have a poster? Has it got its own TV series? That's influence.
And of course, the great leveler, the wild card. Wild card. Wild card. Wild. Wild card. This is now, of course, down to the Velvet Glove, Christopher Chalmers. It's down to you, good sir, to tell us what the wild card is.
I have pre-drawn it from the black sack.
I love it.
And today, it is beauty.
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 Yeah, beauty.
Beauty.
Oh. I'm quite excited about that.
That's all it
Yeah.
says, beauty.
Ah.
Well,
Well,
how beauty.
subjective, isn't it?
Yes,
Beauty
as we all
is, of
know,
course, subjective.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I'm beholden to you, Gavin,
Excellent.
to see what your first beast is.
Let me tell you. All right, boys, I'm here to tell you about my beast. Make no bones about it. My creature's going to be sure to chill you right down to the marrow. It's not particularly rib tickling, but hopefully you'll find something humorous in there. If you haven't guessed by now, my beast is a giant skeleton. He's the Gashadokuro, and he's a beast from the shores of Japan. Now, usually you'll find them on the shores of Japan, walking around in the countryside on the darkest hours of the night. If they happen upon a human out in the roads, they'll silently creep up and catch their victims, crushing them in their bony hands and biting off their head with a huge spray of blood.
Nice.
These guys are like 15 feet tall.
Loved.
Big 15-foot tall skeletons. And I know what you're saying. That's no natural.
Supernatural.
That doesn't happen.
Fukushima, mate. That's what that is.
It's supernatural, exactly. How in the name of Christ are these things coming to be?
That was exactly my question.
Hold on, Chris. Shut up, and I'll tell you. It's all soldiers, isn't it? Soldiers whose bodies rot in the fields, or victims of famine who die unknown in the wilderness, and they don't usually get a decent burial, do they?
Mm.
You know, fair enough. You know, I'm with you on that one, Phil. Soldiers don't deserve a decent burial. They're unable to pass on. Their souls are reborn as hungry ghosts, longing eternally for what they once had. Now, if anybody dies with anger or pain in their heart, all that energy remains long after the flesh is rotted away from their bones. And as their bodies decay, the anger then ferments into a powerful force, a grudge, if you will, against the living victims
Influence.
or future victims. When the bones of hundreds of victims gather into one mass, they can form a humongous skeletal monster known as the Gashadokuro. They are invincible.
Jesus.
Yeah. They cannot be killed,
Nightmare?
merely driven back. And they can also turn invisible. So if you haven't seen one,
Cool.
but you can sometimes tell their approach by a ringing in your ears just before they strike. And of course, as obviously, a Shinto charm will ward them off too. They've appeared in various media, such as Studio Ghibli films, the Castlevania series of video games, and also the Hellboy cartoons. They've all appeared in them. And finally, we've covered that they're gruesome. They're full of intent and ill will, and they can't be killed. But there's something else that these things don't like. They despise autumn because, of course, the wind goes right through them. So there you have it, the Gashadokuro.
That's good.
Very good.
That's good. Right, I think I shall go next.
Yep.
So today I bring the Wendigo. So the Wendigo is a supernatural beast from the great tribes of North America and Canada. These creatures are heavily associated with cannibalism, and it's said that feasting on human flesh will turn a man into a Wendigo.
Yes.
After which time the Wendigo will hunger furthermore with an insatiable lust for man flesh, killing and hunting continuously in a greedy compulsion. Despite this greed, the Wendigo is associated with winter, cold and hunger. The Native Americans say that even when there's no other food source, they're starving, people should kill themselves before resorting to cannibalism. They
Yeah.
say it's that bad, people should just top themselves or resign themselves to death.
But it sounds bitching being a Wendigo, though.
Yeah, lest they turn into a Wendigo. And of course, when they turn into a Wendigo, the process is known as going Wendigo-go.
Of course, of course.
In appearance, the Wendigo is gaunt and emaciated, with dark, shadowy eyes set deep into its skull. Its skeletal frame is thinly covered in a layer of skin. It looks absolutely Hank Marvin, totally ravenous. Most depictions of the Wendigo have it with antlers sprouting from its head, which I think we'll all agree the human form has always lacked.
Of course, of course. Agreed.
The Wendigo is obviously very influential. It's been in a lot of TV shows. It's been in the X-Files, Charmed, Supernatural, Grimm, Sleepy Hollow, all that stuff. It's even played one of Jessica Fletcher's childhood friends in Murder, She Wrote.
I love it.
The Wendigo.
Let's not forget that the Wendigo also appeared in the X-Men.
It's appeared in just about everything.
Yeah.
Just
And
about
Alpha
everything.
Flight. Good on you, Chris. That was good.
Yeah, good old Wendigo.
I'd love to be a Wendigo. Would
It
you?
would be awesome, and because you see big pictures and big antlers and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
you're like, I could totally take on a deer
Exactly. Much like
Yes.
I've always
Or
wanted.
seduce a deer.
Every
or
man's
seduce
dream.
a deer. Yeah, either or, both are good.
Frankly, my dear,
I'm a Wendigo.
I'm a Wendigo.
Wendigo.
Jerry?
I'm a Wendigo into the pub.
well, what we'll do, guys, that's enough. That's
How
enough
we
beastery.
break.
That's
Time for a break.
Are you mental? 4 in a row?
You're right.
The reader couldn't cope.
Settle.
You'll never make 4 in a row.
This time, have a wee break, boys.
Laughs and laughs. Love and laughs with Geshcast.
How do you think it's going so far?
I think it's going, you know what, it's quite a quick episode so far. You know what, isn't it? I'm just looking, it's 24 minutes.
I think it's going really well.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Wasn't it exciting when we broke the internet?
Yeah, exactly.
What happened there, eh?
Yeah, we went for the first time ever over our bandwidth limit.
And that's thanks to you out there.
That's thanks to you guys out there. We couldn't.
Spreading the
Reading
word.
so hard.
Thanks for costing us fucking money to host.
Look, just remember to tell friends about the show.
Yeah,
Leave
exactly.
reviews on iTunes.
And don't
Gashcast.
forget to share. You download it. Give it to them. Don't both download it.
Download it once and listen to it all gathered around your phone. Or whatever.
Exactly.
Run it
Listen
to
to it as a
CD.
family. Come on.
It would really save us some cash.
Or, if you'd like to sponsor the show, then get in touch over Twitter.
So get in touch with us on Twitter. Speak to Ed Davis and he'll take care of you.
Exactly. Only costs like £10 to sponsor an episode, and we will fucking polish you up nice.
Oh my god!
We've got no pride. Like,
No.
we'll take your money. We'll say thank you.
For literally
The reach around and everything.
for
Imagine
£10.
Geshcast brought to you by some guy
Yeah.
or woman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll tart up the language a wee bit.
Yeah, it'll be a bit nicer than that, but that's just off the top of my head.
Backing and all that.
Well, let's have some fun.
Okay.
Okay. I asked our Twitter readers to complete a one-question survey based around the supernatural. So give them a little question.
What was it you asked them?
I got them. How do you feel about doppelgangers? Okay. So how do you feel about doppelgangers? Answer 1, possible. They're cool. It'd be nice to have a little friend.
That is nice.
That is nice. How do you feel about doppelgangers? They creep me out. Imagine an exact double of you staring back at you into your soul. You know?
Right?
3, how do you feel about doppelgangers? I'm incapable of being honest with myself. 3 options. Let's just go around the room quickly. Doppelgangers, how do you feel?
I would love to have a doppelganger.
Yeah?
Yeah, both of us just jerking each other off. It's not gay.
It's not gay.
I'm exactly with Phil for exactly the same reason. Imagine 2 of me. That'd be fantastic.
Brilliant, man.
Don't.
I fucking love
Standing
myself.
Exactly, man. Double twink.
Jerry?
How does it work with 2 power bottoms, though?
Ass to ass.
Cherry?
No, I go to it. Really freaked me out. I've seen a few folk that quite like me, and it's quite disturbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Obs and Mitch.
David Beckham.
Yeah,
Jorah
Jorah
Mormont
Mormont.
from Game of Thrones, yeah.
Matt Casamassina from IGN. He looked exactly like me for about 3 minutes. That was really freaky as well.
Well, I mean, obviously the savvy people of the internet chose I'm incapable of being honest with myself, which won by a landslide.
They're so jaded.
They're so
They're
jaded.
so jaded. Our Twitter readers.
Well,
Exactly.
if
Why
they're not
weren't we
going
thinking about
to...
the whole jerking off scenario.
That's it. If you're not
Exactly.
going
It's the same with the haunted armour. They
Yeah.
didn't go with the haunted armour. Think of the fucking,
Laughs.
the rigorous hand jobs.
Rigorous.
That's exactly where my mind went.
Thorough hand job.
Exactly, the RHJs.
Exactly. Think of all the texture
Texture.
that you're missing
Seal
out
and
on.
flesh.
That's enough fun. Shut up.
Back to business.
Back to business.
B2B.
Meat and potatoes.
Jerry, do you want to be the meat or potatoes?
I'll always be the meat.
Go for it then.
My
Bidgerez.
ghost is scratching Fanny, the ghost of Cock Lane.
You've just made that up.
No. It's downhill all the way from here. Don't worry.
It's just a good name.
It's just a really good name, and then shit, I have to make this interesting. No, it's 1762, and Richard Parsons is a family man living in Smithfield, London. He's a boozer, a loser, a pub stool snoozer. What I'm saying is he's morally and financially bankrupt. From up north came the Kents, a couple looking for room to rent. Richard Parsons, soaked in sherry, needed cash, and so unzipped the doors to his impressive Cock Lane home. However,
I told the story.
Just do that paragraph again, but slower.
again, I'll do some more. However, it turned out that lodger Pa Kent wasn't actually married to his wife, Matt Kent. In fact, he'd actually been married to her sister. After she'd popped her clogs, he then shacked up with the next best thing, his new fake wife, Fanny. The Kent's new room was soon to be the scene of a haunting, with scratching and whacking noises coming from the wall. Slave to the flagon and not in the wagon, Richard Parsons started spreading rumours that the ghost was in fact Pa Kent's first wife, back from the grave to wreak revenge for Kent interfering with her Fanny. Not long after this kerfuffle, the Kents moved out, and unfortunately Fanny died. Pa Kent inherited her money, and soon he was in pissed Parsons' crosshairs. Since Fanny's death, the haunted room had continued to be haunted. Richard Parsons decided that this was in fact a brand new ghost, that it was Fanny herself scratching and banging on the walls. Eyeing some cash to be made from the misfortunes of his minted ex-lodger, Parsons set up a business where people would come along every night and hear the beautifully named Scratching Fanny of Cock Lane in his spare bedroom. Seances, Ouija boards, spin the bottle. It was all done to find out from Fanny's ghost what was up. And what was up, dear readers, was the supernatural claim that Pa Kent had in fact murdered his Fanny. With many visitors, including the Mayor of London and Samuel Johnson, he of dictionary fame, scratching Fanny was a hugely popular pastime for one hot summer in 1752. Was it a ghost? Was it two different successive ghosts? Was it a load of horse shit? We'll never know. What we do know is that Mr. Kent went through another 3 wives, each of whom died in mysterious circumstances. And that was Scratching Fanny, the ghost of Cock Lane.
It was
Love
most likely it was a yeast infection. Usually it is.
Just a wee bit of yogurt in there, sort that out. Philippe.
Boys, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Ready to go back to Japan?
Yeah.
The gold mine, as we call it, of fucked up ghosts. The Sundel Bolong,
Yep.
from Japanese mythology.
Love it. Come on.
Sundel meaning whore or prostitute, and Bolong meaning hole. The Sundel Bolong was the prostitute with a hole in her.
Ah.
But wait, Jerry, this isn't the hole you're thinking of.
Oh.
You dirty boy. She still has all those. The bum hole, the ear holes,
Yeah.
all of them.
The
But she
nose.
also has an additional hole. The story goes that she was once a beautiful woman forced into prostitution, and then found dead with a gaping wound in her back. Some say she died following an altercation with a client who stabbed her repeatedly in the back until all of her guts fell out. Like fucking chocolate fondant when it's done right on MasterChef. Regardless, she now wanders the night looking for revenge on all men. She's described as a beautiful fit lassie
Bastard.
with long dark hair, dressed all in white like a beautiful bride. She seduces passing men with her fine beauty and fragrance, and then as they draw close, she shows them her fucked up back covered in blood and maggots, revealing her gaping wound,
Look at this.
the protruding backbones. Her scent turns to rotting flesh,
Do you like that?
What'd you make of this?
causing her victim to black out, at which point she eats the organs.
Uh-oh.
Sundel Bolong, fucked up Japanese woman ghost.
I saw you had a little illustration there.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Sorry.
where's the
Can you share it
picture?
with us?
A
We'll,
weekly illustration.
we'll make sure to take a picture and put it up on the site this time.
This one, there she is, showing off her wares.
To a
Oh,
navy.
yeah.
I've used a trick that they use in films to show that people are in the Navy by just writing Navy on his jumper.
Yep. That's
That's
good.
used in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. That's how you describe her. But yeah, amazing, eh?
Yeah, that's
Imagine having a back all gooey,
Oh, I'd hate that.
run your hands down her spine, and you're like, oh, I'm inside her.
Mate, I'm a
And not in
good,
way.
like, I'd say 4 or 5 stone overweight. I've always got a fucking slick back.
You should try sitting in this leather armchair.
I do when you leave the room.
Right. So the die has been cast. The beasts are on the table.
There's no putting this toothpaste back in the tube.
Exactly. It's time to move them all about, like we're Chewbacca and C-3PO playing that weird space chess,
Yep.
and see who wins.
Okay, good. Good.
We'll be right back with the result.
Physical strength.
They are 15 foot tall, invincible, invisible skeletons. They win physical strength. They pick you up, they bite off your head. They're the Gashadokuro and Sundel Bolong. Murderousness.
She was responsible for more deaths in the Japanese Navy than Legionnaire's disease. She's a Sundel Bolong.
Disgustery.
Baby's got back. No, wait, she doesn't. She's disgusting. She's a Sundel Bolong.
Influence.
He's an Alpha Flight, which is the Canadian X-Men. The Wendigo.
It's a wild card.
Finally, the wild card. Beauty. Nothing more beautiful than a prostitute.
Absolutely not.
The Sundel Bolong wins that too, which makes her the winner
Yay!
of this week's episode. So there's only one question left to ask, boys. What is real? The Sundel Bolong is real. There we go. Another creature put into our vast menagerie of the damned.
There we have it. That creature has been made Real.
I'm knackered now, boys, after that.
Aye.
Physically sweating over here.
Physical strength over here. Me.
Somebody just burped as well. Is that
Right.
you?
Yeah, that's
right
me.
down my nostrils.
Lucky boy.
No problem.
Burrito? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So, before we wrap things up, Gav, anything else you'd like to share with
Yeah,
us?
let's have a bit of fun.
Yeah?
Let's end on a little bit of fun. You guys won't like fun?
I love fun.
Yep.
So something that's going to fill you with that mix of fright and delight is the quiz.
Here we go.
Now, last time, because frankly, I enjoyed it, I'm going to give you the setup to 5 supernaturally charged jokes that I found online. If you can give me the answer, you get the point. Now remember, say your name before you answer, and of course, as ever, give me the goddamn respect of letting me finish the setup, as we say in the comedy business, before you blurt out your name. You guys ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Ready?
Yes.
What do ghosts eat for supper? I may give you the point if you come up with a good joke. What do ghosts eat for supper?
Chris.
Chris?
Goulash.
That is good.
That's worth it.
That's worth it. The answer is spaghetti. Goulash is better. Chris gets the point there. Can you, in fact, someone mark a point for Chris? Okay, he gets a point.
1 point for Kay.
Why didn't the skeleton want to go to school? Why didn't
Chris.
the skeleton want to go to school? Chris?
Because he had no body to go with.
That is not the answer. But you tell me if this is better. Because his heart wasn't in it.
I prefer that.
Okay, so no points for that one. What do you call a fat pumpkin?
Philip. Mm-hmm. A flumpkin?
Idiot. No? Anyone else? A fat pumpkin? No. The answer is a plumpkin. A flumpkin. You want to see a lot of flumps?
No.
Why are ghosts so bad at lying?
Jerry.
Jerry?
Because you can see right through
You
them.
can see right through them. There's a point for G. McG. And finally, what is a vampire's favourite fruit?
Oh, Philip. Blood orange.
It's not a blood orange, I'm
Come
afraid.
on.
No.
Fruit.
I'll give you a clue. It's in the citrus family. Anyone? A vampire's favourite fruit?
Chris.
Uh-huh.
Is that a tangerine?
It's not a tangerine. Why would that be his favourite fruit?
Because they're delicious.
Just because they taste nice.
They're not like oranges, like where you got to peel them and then cut them up. You just
Phil,
get little
I've got another one.
segments.
Phil?
A clemens sanguine.
I'm afraid, boys, the answer is a nectarine.
So close.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
this is
close.
better.
So we have a tie. So well done, both of you.
That has been a lot of fun. That last one.
Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Yeah, badoop.
So, we find
Powerful.
Let's go play Towerfall.
find ourselves at the end of another exciting episode.
Yes, thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much for supporting the podcast once again.
Indeed, remember to subscribe and rate and review.
Exactly. Do get in touch
Oh,
via
please,
Twitter,
please,
if you
at
wish,
Geshcast.
by email,
Geshcast@gmail.com.
or come and visit us on the website.
Geshcast.com.
There's going to be videos up there of that slender alien that nobody believed was real but me.
That's true. Jerry also had something, I believe.
picture of
Martian skeletons.
Martian skeletons.
bonus.
And in all seriousness, if you do want to sponsor an episode, that's an interesting idea. Why don't you do that?
Sure.
10 British pounds.
£10 British, and
That's
we will
Blow smoke where you want smoke blown.
yeah, we'll jack you off. till your
Imagine
dick
us
is soft.
saying your name so many times.
Not a problem. Imagine that. Philip Madison, Philip Madison, Philip Madison. It's
Exactly.
10 you owe me.
Look, you can also listen to our sister podcast.
Geshcast Gaming Podcast.
You can have fun doing that if you like games.
The best podcast.
So, boys, until next time, say goodbye, everyone, please.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
He's an after flight? After. What?
Yep, keep that.
What the fuck's alpha flight?
I like